All right, so we're back with another video for you guys, another reaction video. And today we're going to be talking about Mr. Organic. Now, it looks like if you actually looked at his channel, it looks like he hasn't been dropping a whole lot of content. I think the last upload is probably got to be like 2 weeks ago, something like that, about 2 weeks, give or take. But he's been doing a lot of interviews. But somehow he hasn't been talking about these non-stop business meetings, ever since he went to Switzerland. He kept claiming he had all these business meetings. Then when he came back from Switzerland, he still claimed that he had all these business meetings in California or whatever. But he just dropped, he didn't drop it. Another channel dropped an interview that they did with Mr. Organic. And this is recent. You can tell from the outfit he's wearing. Obviously, he's wearing his new merch, the Hellcat hooligan shirts or whatever. I don't understand why he switched it up. I thought his brand was one of them ones. Why is he suddenly wearing other company brands like Hellcats? That's not his brand. That's like Mopar's brand. And now he's doing like Marvel and Disney. Like he's using their logos. I don't know. Maybe he had business meetings with Disney on a partnership to sell the merch, or like put a twist to it or whatever. But this channel is called Tacos and Shawarma or something like that. Shawarma. I probably butchered it. So this is the channel, and they dropped this video or this podcast interview an hour ago. Tacos and Shawarma, episode 15, Mr. Organic Cheats. So we're going to react to this. We're actually going to play it. We're just going to jump right into it, folks. We're not probably going to go through the whole thing, because that's like an hour 15. And then my reaction is probably, it's going to be somewhere around 3 hours or 4 hours if we had to do it all at one take, which I know nobody's going to watch 3-4 hours. I mean, some of you guys do. I mean, most of you guys be watching Fresh and Fit for 3 hours, talk about a whole bunch of nonsense. If you guys haven't checked out the Fresh and Fit video we dropped yesterday, make sure you guys go check it out afterwards. But we're going to jump into tacos and shawarma.
That means?
Educate me.
Well, one of the ones is basically something I always said since a kid. I always felt I was just different, And then over time, I just realized not only was I different, but, God put me in a position of, highest level of almost every demographic a guy can have. From physically, mentally, monetarily, sports, just being cool to talk. I'm like, damn, I'm one of them ones. And not like one of one. So people are like one of one, I'd be like, this pen in particular color just for you, right?
By the way, this is actually a pretty new channel. It looks like they've only been around for a few months. Obviously, they have only 3,000 subscribers, a little bit more than that. I'm sure they're going to get way more views on this video now that I'm talking about it, because it only got 20 views in the past hour. I don't know if she paid him. I mean, she looks pretty attractive. When you guys take an opportunity to go watch this podcast, you'll see that the girl is pretty attractive. So I don't know.
One of the ones is just, I'm the motherfucker that invented the pen. I'm one of them originals. Don't compare me to nothing and nobody. I ain't competing with nobody or nothing. I'm one of them different motherfuckers. That's a person you was in high school with, damn, that's that guy right there. No one can fuck with him on nothing. I was just him my whole life. So, and I want to embark that in other people. So when I say one of the ones, I feel like that because I am that. It's no excuses I'm gonna give nobody, but I'm not that. No, there ain't no ego. It's facts of life. We could put this shit on a petri dish. It's gonna be one.
What's so crazy? He's talking about his brand, one of them ones. But like I said, when you watch the video, some of this stuff will make more sense. He's wearing the merch that he recently came out with, the Hellcat hooligan merch. So how come you're not even wearing your own brand, one of them ones? Hellcat hooligan is not your brand, sir. Unless he's got unless one of those meetings that he claimed he had was with Mopar or Dodge Chrysler or whatever, on some kind of partnership to produce merch on their behalf, which I highly doubt it, because he's been spinning off Marvel and Disney's what was that called, that special glove or whatever it is. I mean, some of you guys know that stuff more better than I do, but unless he's had real business meetings with those folks to produce merch on their behalf or in some kind of joint partnership, which I highly doubt it. But how come he's not wearing his own brand, representing his own brand during this interview, unless he's not really confident in this channel? Because like I said, this is a pretty new channel with like less than 5,000 subscribers. So again, that also raises the question whether he paid them. I mean, she paid him. Sorry, she paid him, or they must have had some other kind of relationship, because she's pretty attractive, and Organik is desperate on his knees right now. He can't get a girl. He has no money, but I'm pretty confident because I've seen a lot of interviews with Organik. It's all mostly ego talk, but we're gonna hear him out.
99 percentile of everything. So even if you don't have the attributes I have, you should have that mindset though. Like you're one of the ones, and you can create your own, you know what I'm saying, one of the ones lifestyle. So when I say that, I mean it for me, but everybody else, if you ain't got the attributes I got, you can, manifest that within yourself. So I'm one of the ones, and you guys can be one too.
You don't think you're just born one of the ones?
For the most part, you know what I'm saying? So, but I still want to instill the people that ain't got it, that you can conjure it up in your mindset, you know what I'm saying? But the elite ones, you one of the ones. It ain't no, you just could know, you know what I mean? Like, I was a baby, but like, oh, look at him, he just, you know what I mean? Like, I probably was in the nursery, the other little girls trying to crawl over to my shit.
Now, you guys are looking at the Rolls Royce that he recently got rid of, a couple months ago. And then, the more recent one is the Lamborghini Urus. So in this interview, you're going to hear him talk about how he sold things, he's made money, and it's like people talking about accountability and responsibility. This man never takes any kind of accountability. He keeps pushing like bullshit stories, all kinds of nonsense. But I just had to share the cars. We're going to talk about, you'll see the Rolls Royce on the screen. You'll see the Hellcat Superstock with expired registration. I don't know any millionaire or billionaire driving around with expired tags. It's just crazy.
Suck my little toes or something. I was that guy since birth.
Yeah, I'm sure you get a lot of girls.
I mean, that was my easiest thing in my life. So most guys, like all this red pill and all that shit, to me, I'm a green pill. Because it's like...
What did I say? Last week I said I'm a purple pill.
Yeah, like because most of them motherfuckers talk like you had to have money to have this type of lifestyle. I was this way in 3rd grade.
Right.
The 5th grade girl to bring me the graham crackers and shit, ass on a log. I've been getting women. I don't know nothing but getting women. So like when I got money, it was harder for me. Because now they expect something. I'm the one.
You don't want to give it to them?
For what?
So you don't believe in providing?
If you're my woman, that's the only one. Anybody outside of that, I'm blessing you in abundance. Because in every attribute, I'm the one. So why am I doing something for you?
Right.
It just don't make sense to me.
So you expect them to do stuff for you?
I mean, I survived on myself, on my dick, most of my life. You know what I'm saying? When I was broke in my early 20s, I'm fucking pussy, man. I'm gonna be taken care of, man.
Yeah.
Bitch, you gonna take care of me. I ain't pimping or nothing like that, but it's like...
I mean, it's a kind of a form of pimping.
Yeah, but it's a form of understanding that, you want to be around me, you gotta make sure I'm good, and I'm gonna give you what you want, because I'm cool. I really don't need to fuck you. You want to fuck me. So it's like, make sure I'm cool then. And every girl that did that, look what happened. I became a millionaire, so I wasn't playing with them. It was true.
I mean, but you became a millionaire.
Most definitely. And the ones that really was making sure I'm good, I'm still in contact with them to this day. All of them. That was making sure I'm straight.
What if you meet a woman that you're with? You can't talk to them anymore.
I mean, if I find a woman I'm with, I'm cool with them. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate what they've done.
Why is he giving me like he's like some kind of relationship guru? Man, I hope Organik doesn't try to switch or transition into what the Fresh and Fit basically just did. Because it seems like it's giving me these vibes that he's now turning into one of these like relationship gurus or something like that. Talking about the money, the girls, and, all that crap that Fresh and Fit were talking about. And look where it took them. I told you guys, if you guys remember some of my older videos, those of you guys that have been around for a while, I had to private a lot of those videos because those goofy clowns were striking channels for nonsense. But now it's karma. They got what they got. They got what they deserve. I don't know that they're going to be flat broke, but they got what they got. I'm sure they still got other like subscription business models for content that they feed off of their super brainwashed fan base. And that's kind of like how Organik is. He's been like brainwashing his fan base, taking advantage of them, and that's the only reason he's become a millionaire. He's only become a millionaire off of social media. He wasn't a millionaire before social media. But obviously everything he's going to do in this interview, in my opinion, is probably going to be mostly ego talk. I can already sense it. I can feel like he's transitioning and becoming into some kind of like relationship motivational guru. He's already done the car content that failed because it's so it's so overpacked on YouTube, the car content. He tried the toy collection shit. That didn't work. I don't know what happened to the toy collection that he was claiming that he was getting like super rare toys. Whatever happened to that crap. So now I think he's going to transition into like relationship shit.
But it's not like, you know what I mean? They're my woman. You know what I mean? Like, they're around.
I mean, you can't keep them around.
I mean, just cool. You know what I mean? I can never be like, not talk to them no more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're friends.
There you go.
No.
They're friends.
Yeah, I'm not going to banish the motherfuckers that believe in me and make sure I can drop dick and get money.
Thank you.
Shit, they're going to be cool with me forever. And the bitch can't get with it, then go find you somebody else. You ain't never going to find another one. You're going to be lost. Trying to find another person with all these attributes. God bless you.
One of the ones.
From the seed. Find another motherfucker that ever drunk in his life. No baby mamas. 6'6", 230 pounds, solid stone, millionaire. Can fight, shoot, kill, funny, smart, dress. It's impossible. So, like, go ahead.
I know, but it's hard to be with a guy like you.
It's very difficult.
It's very hard.
Extremely difficult. Because it should be. Because it's hard for you to find a motherfucker in the goddamn outer space and all to go through the black hole and portals.
You know, my first impression is the host, that female, I think she's definitely lowballing herself, or at least so far, it sounds like she's definitely lowballing herself, and she's kind of like giving me these vibes like she's on her knees for him, and the guy to his right, you know, he's just kind of like a yes man. I mean, that's kind of like the vibes I'm getting throughout, because I actually saw this. I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw like a little bit of it, because shout out to the people that actually left comments like probably like 30 minutes ago. I was like, oh man, now he's doing interviews. I knew Organik, he had to get money somehow. If it wasn't through his own content, he was probably going to be on other people's channels. He's probably going to do collabs, because that's some of the things he's done in the past, and some of them were not that successful. We're actually going to be talking about a guy that he did a collab with, but I'll leave that when that video comes out.
I ain't gonna find one, so you gotta deal with what I come with. And it's just my attitude to know who I am. Shit, that ain't too bad. Come with everything else, a 10-inch dick with girth, with veins in it. What the fuck else you need?
But it's painful.
It is, but I know what I'm doing. I take it slow.
No, I don't mean like physically painful. I mean like dealing with.
Oh, it's brutal.
It's
brutal.
It's painful.
Have you found anybody that can keep up, that's dealt with it?
And that's a great question. No, not to the capacity that I need. Because at the same time, I'm not a person that wants a woman that's going to be a person like a woman. Even if I deal with women that got money too.
I told you guys, that guy. When you watch this, you'll know who I'm talking about. Like, that dude just giving me yes man vibes. Like, why do you care what he does with his dick? Like, he's like, have you found anybody that can keep up with your dick? Like, who cares about like his dick? That's probably Organik's biggest asset, right? Is his dick. That's the only thing he has, really, because he has there's nothing on his balance sheet. There's nothing on his assets, because he's gotten rid of everything. But I find it kind of weird. The first impression is, I think that girl, she's definitely like giving me lowballing vibes. Like she's basically on her knees for him, because he looks like somewhat of a millionaire. He looks like pretty successful if you look at his social media impressions. And that guy is like a yes man. He's probably just, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say what kind of vibes he's giving me, but yeah.
I don't need no woman that's gonna sit in the house and be broke, bitch. Get the fuck away from me.
I know.
I just came up years ago. I don't need nobody just freeloading on the God.
I know.
So I need somebody with that shit too. So it's like, and they gonna listen to me also. Like, I don't give a fuck how much she makes. She's still gonna listen to me, or you gone.
But okay, right. But if I have money,
right,
and you have money, why am I listening?
I got the dick in the balls. I got the dick in the balls, and I'm gonna save your life. Somebody run up here. I'm gonna save your life. I'm gonna protect you.
Are you cheating on me?
I mean, I used to be the one that have an open relationship, right?
Are you disrespecting me?
No disrespect.
Are you putting your hands on me?
Never in fucking life. I don't touch women. Never. I don't even argue with women.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you don't have to.
Man, the lies. Here goes with the lies, man. Come on, man. You know what you did with Danielle. Like, let's not. Well, thankfully, I dropped the reaction video on Danielle, his ex-girlfriend. If you guys haven't checked that video out, make sure you guys go check it out. But he's already starting to lie. But there's nobody out here holding him accountable. Everybody wants to talk about accountability this, responsibility that, but nobody is talking about this.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So like I had the viral clip I had with the girl from Fresh and Fit and all that. I could have went crazy on her and described her physically and destroyed her. Yeah. I just went off facts of trying to save her. I don't even argue with women like that. Okay. They ain't in my pedigree.
Hold on, man. You did destroy her. You guys destroyed her. You and those two clowns did destroy her. And she was actually speaking facts the whole time. She said, show the paperwork, show the deed. And you said, show paper to somebody that has no paper. And it turned out she was correct, man. So you were the clown the whole time. That you just put on this show. You put on this profile image, and there's nothing wrong with it because a bunch of clowns do that on YouTube. There's a bunch of these, like, I wouldn't say fake millionaires, but they're like social media millionaires, all right? Social media millionaires are not real millionaires, all right? Because social media millionaires, let me explain this to you guys if you guys don't know this stuff. A lot of people can become social media millionaires overnight, all right? In a short period of time, you might become a social media millionaire because you're just taking advantage of your own followers, right? And that's something that Fresh and Fit did pretty well, whether it's through the super chats, memberships, consultation, mentorships, and so on and so forth, merch, all that crap, right? But as soon as like the social media giant itself eliminates you or terminates their contract, their partnership, everything is falling apart. All right, now you're just gonna have to be scrambling left and right, holding on to any other like little business partnerships, like the like their Patreon, like I mentioned earlier, their merch, but that's not gonna replace their major source of income. Compare that to people that actually have real businesses, right? Legit businesses that they started from the ground up, they acquired from family members, they inherited from, you know, parents, grandparents. Those are actually sustainable businesses where they're generating millions of dollars. Not all businesses are generating millions of dollars, but most of them do that have been around for a pretty long time. But that's like a totally different millionaire than a social media millionaire. Because once YouTube, Google eliminates you, there is no more you. Just imagine if like Fresh and Fit, let's just imagine like, I'm using them as an example because that's kind of what he just talked about. If Google decides to take the next step and just eliminate their channels completely, there is no more Fresh and Fit. So where are you guys going to go? You're going to have to go on other platforms. So they're going to be constantly trying to develop other, you know, social media platforms to stay relevant. Whereas if somebody has like a construction company, or somebody has a law firm or a doctor's office, or an architecture firm or something like that, they're going to have that's their business. Nobody can come shut them down. So you guys got to understand what a real millionaire is versus a social media millionaire.
You know what I mean? So like, no, I ain't doing that. No disrespect. We're gonna always communicate. You're gonna know what's going on. Even if I want other women, I'm gonna tell you like, this is what it is. Take it or leave it.
No.
But then it got
That's what I'm saying. How's that going to work?
But I mean, it worked for me for a while.
It
You know what I
did?
mean? Yeah, it did.
With a girl with money, she was cool with it?
But she didn't. That's kind of true. She didn't have the money that's fact. She didn't have the money that.
Like, me personally, right? I'm okay.
Right.
But I'm not, if you told me like, all right, I want to fuck someone else, I'm not going to allow you to do that to me.
And I feel too, if it's a woman that has a lot, don't have to have the same shit as me, right? But you have a lot of shit too. It'll probably relent me from going out as much. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm just gonna ask and interject real quick. If she is equally providing you with abundance, there's no temptation to go cheat, right?
For what?
Thank you.
If it's Jay-Z, Beyonce, if it's Alicia Keys, Switch Beats, I'm sitting my mics, I'm sitting mine down.
Yeah, why?
We gonna take over the world. We good. Let's go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not Jay-Z. So it's just like the same thing. Like I said, I feel like he's trying to turn into a relationship guru because that's kind of like what a lot of people end up doing, because that's like a more sustainable content model. Car content is just like, it's getting oversaturated. Everybody can get a Hellcat and start a channel. Everybody can be a toy collector, car collector that has money. But relationship guru is like endless because there's a lot of men, there's a lot of vulnerable men that you can take advantage of. So now I'm getting this sense that he's probably going to transition into relationship guru type of advice, because that's just like, there's no upfront cost to it. Like anybody can be like all of a sudden a relationship guru or put on that persona or profile.
should do it.
I'm giving these bitches this
But
gold.
she has to have the equal amount of power. In the
Yeah,
relationship.
man. She got to be
If she
like
doesn't, then
Yeah, but he's so powerful, so it can't be equal. He's the man.
But not equal, not same equal, but yeah.
Different
Give me I mean, I say like, if I'm at 100%, you coming 60, 70.
That's cool.
Because I can make up the other 30. We could get that together.
And you can make her better.
And most definitely, it has to be better. I gotta contribute to your greatness.
Right.
Because who am I?
And
you're
vice versa.
Yeah, you're my right hand.
Do you feel like you can, being who you are, right? Because I told you I have experience with, not you, but, men of your, all that.
Right.
To me, I felt like there was a lack, because they felt they were so great, and not saying they weren't.
Most definitely.
It was a lack of emotional connection, because they looked at me like, little girl, like, do you see me? I'm fucking 6'6".
Right.
I will fucking kill any mother, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
like even if they loved me, you know what I mean? But they still was like,
Damn, they both got egos. The interviewer got an ego, and Organik has an ego. She really thinks Organik is like a super multi-millionaire, super popular. It's like, wow, this is crazy. And this is how they take advantage of people.
What?
like sit down, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like it was a lack of because I want you to be my best friend.
Right.
You know, even if you're bigger than me, and even if you're better looking than me and all that, but I still want to I want to feel like I could trust you and you love me how I love you. Even though you love it as a man and I love as a woman. It's a different kind of love. But I felt like a lot of I'm attracted to masculine men. I don't know. I mean, people call me masculine. I don't think I'm masculine. I think I'm strong.
Right.
You know, I'm
strong. You just understand a masculine man even though you're strong.
Yeah.
I get it.
But a lot of times I felt like they lacked connection.
Most definitely we do.
Because they can get so many women. They're like, bitch, if you don't want to put up with this, there's 100 other bitches that will.
That's true.
So
and it's very true.
What do you do with that?
And I live with that every day. But if I found the person that I love to that magnitude, I would tone it down a little bit.
But can you?
I think I can. I haven't done it yet. I'm old as fuck, so I don't know.
Let me give you guys my opinion when it comes to all these relationships and finding the perfect person. There is no perfect relationship. So they're trying to paint this picture. Oh, well, if I find this person who has all these attributes or has all these qualifications, characteristics, they have the looks, they have this, they have that, then I might settle down. Nah, man. If you're the type of person that you're like Organik, I think the type of person like Organik is never going to settle down. They're just going to keep talking about this relationship bullshit. Like I said, I'm getting the sense that he's going to turn into a relationship guru or something.
But they would have to present the equal amount of power.
But would he even allow? Would he even?
Hold on. Before we go on, there is a general comment I make right now, because a lot of situations in the relationship dynamic that you're talking about, where a girl dates an alpha type male, A type personality, she is so riddled with insecurities and lack of confidence, she will never be able to bring that to the relationship. Yeah. And because she brings that to the table, it never works. Yeah. So unless you have that same level of confidence and power and self-esteem, and you're strong you can rest in your power, it'll never be a conversation.
But listen, they can't be. It's hard to have two stars. In one relationship.
Bullshit.
It's hard.
It's
you don't know.
It's balance. It's all about balance.
It is balance though.
Thank you. I don't know, but he agrees with me. Thank you.
I understand what you're saying, because you'll feel like it can't do stars, but it can be with the right person. And for instance,
but the man has to be the bigger star, right?
No, it has. It doesn't have to be.
Because if the woman's a bigger star, the man feels intimidated.
I don't feel that. For me, it wouldn't hurt me. If my woman, I cherish, my best friend, my buddy, we got unlimited communication, understand with each other, and she's doing better than me. Oh, praise God!
But even then, it's we're stars together.
Let's go.
We're in this together.
I can sit back, maybe. Hey, you got
sit back.
Yeah.
What is that even?
That's exactly what Tall Guy Car Reviews is, in my opinion. What they just explained, that's pretty much Tall Guy. Because Jasmine brings in my opinion, I think she brings in the bigger bag. She has more legit business partnerships than Tall Guy. The only thing he's had is the merch and YouTube, which that fell apart because the market became oversaturated. So now he found a woman that actually values him as a man, or for different attributes or characteristics, whether it's being tall or whether he's got a big dick or whatever the hell they consider to be the leading attribute or characteristics that is super rare or super exclusive or super luxury or super whatever. That's probably what they're saying is probably what is just, in my opinion, is what describes that Jasmine Tall Guy relationship, because I don't think he's bringing anything to the table aside from the attributes, right, or the characteristics. And I think the person that's really paying the bills is Jasmine. I'm not saying Tall Guy doesn't bring money to the table, but he's just not bringing the bigger slice of the pie.
mean,
I
mean, you're still gonna do your thing,
but
right?
if she's running the race and I'm behind her and she's winning the race.
But you're not gonna allow her to just provide for everything, right?
We both getting it though. It's not like I'm a bum in the street. If she at the 100 and I'm at the 70, we both going, and I'm not gonna be mad at that at all. And this is real love, real connect.
Organik, you ain't at no 100. You was at 100 when you had all that meme shit, all these crypto coins and sponsors and all that, but you ain't no 100, man. You got rid of everything.
Real communication. It ain't no, this is my sugar mom, I'm just dropping dick in this bitch, I'm fucking Dolly Parton or something, and she take care of a nigga, then I'm gonna motherfucking...
You don't want that, right?
Hell no, I can hell that bitch gonna tell me to take out the garbage, bitch, I'm taking my shit up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So,
wait, hold on, you're not taking out the garbage?
It's gonna be a few times after a while, bitch, I ain't taking out this garbage no damn more.
Huh?
It's gonna run out of juice.
Wait, if me and you are dating, you're not gonna take out the garbage?
Of course, I'm talking about Dolly Parton. She
Dolly Parton.
Like, hey, go get the water. Like, goddamn, bitch, I've been doing it for the first 10 years, but goddamn, bitch, I go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, goddamn. I go be shot in shoes and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if this is my real woman I love and I'm dedicated to her, she doing better than me. All praise the Most High. Let's grind. You know
I'm going to ask you another question. Do you think you are capable of being vulnerable enough to love a woman where she can actually affect you? Like you take, like for me, right? I'm scared to love somebody because I'm scared they're going to hurt me because I've been so hurt so many times. So I'm sure you've been through, like you get women your whole life. So you're like a professional, right?
Right.
So do you think you could allow yourself to let your guard down to fall in love? Like, so, because once you fall in love with someone, they have power over you.
Oh, most definitely. They know everything. They can crush you.
Exactly.
I'm still working on that. You know
it's
what I mean?
hard, right?
It's extremely hard because when you're a person that come from nothing, grinding, coming from different backgrounds, when you've been so aggressive, you've been so locked in, been so selfish and dedicated to you, that you know if you get that to somebody else and they have that power, you hand over the reins, it's very difficult to do so. So yeah, I'm still working on it. And like I said,
that's why he's probably scared of Danielle, because Danielle knows a lot of his secrets. That's why he was careful when she dropped the video, which now he's like, kind of like deflecting. He's like earlier he was saying, oh, I've always been transparent with my relationship partners. I've never had any like real situation. Everything has been, smooth as butter, and it wasn't, because Danielle came out and said that you were, basically a piece of shit. It's just my way of expressing it, or expressing what she basically summed together. But she knows a lot, and that kind of makes sense now why he never actually responded back to her, because if anything, he's the bigger fish in the relationship. So she knows more about him. She knows secrets. She was around when the raffles were going on. She knows a lot of his. He might have not shared it, but I would be safe to say that she knew something. She knew some of the secrets. She might have been around for some of the business meetings. She probably overheard something, a thing or two. She knows something.
I'm not no spring chicken, so it is difficult, extremely difficult. But over time, I've relented some things. I've been on different journeys. I've been out of the country, and I found a peace of mind with myself that if the opportunity presented itself, I would attempt. I don't know if I can do it. Trying means attempt without success. So I would take the attempt. But it might be one of the most difficult things a guy can do that has everything and has that. My cheese.
Let me ask you: are you prepared for when that woman steps into your life? Are you prepared to take that opportunity and move with it?
I feel like today, present me, I am, because I done seen so much. I done had it all. I was at the mountaintop. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then I related to myself that it wasn't enough for me. It wasn't everything I thought it would be.
Like you don't want to be alone.
Yeah. It was like I was like sitting like an evil villain in a mansion in top of Malibu, 6 supercars, and I couldn't leave the house. Mm-hmm. Sitting with $500,000 in jury, sitting on the throne, literally, and couldn't go nowhere. I'm by myself, which was cool because I'm a stoic individual. So when you're stoic, you have to be sound with it being by yourself.
Do you know why you think it's cool? Because you know that someone can fuck it up for you.
Most definitely.
That's the only reason why. But it's not cool. Yeah, it sucks because
what Organik just said now, or what he explained about being on the top, that's actually true. That's probably the first time I'm listening to something he said that's actually true. Like when you get to the top and you have like some amount of wealth and possessions, assets, it's kind of like it gets lonely, but it's not about being lonely. It's just like the trust becomes like very, very strong. Like you got to be able to trust certain people, because it's just so much risk at that point in that position. But he's never like expressed it like that before, because he's always made it seem like when you get to the top, it's just like when you have all this money, you have all these cars, whether it's fake or not, you know, because I don't agree with everything he definitely says about how he's made money, but he's definitely made money, whether he got it ethically or non-ethically. The way he explains it when he got to the top, before he would say some goofy statements, but now he's actually saying something that's actually a little bit more truthful, which explains why he appeared lonely, because that's like a very common trait or symptom of people with wealth.
I'm alone in my fucking castle in the hills.
Yep.
With my people who, you know, and I don't want to be alone, but I don't want to, I've had a man come into my life and like big, fuck it, and basically bully the shit out of me. Right. And I had everything, and I'm like, what do I do? I can't fight you. You're like, you could kill me. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want a guy to come into my life and now I have all this shit and you're just going to fucking destroy everything I built, but I don't want to be alone either.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And I'm sure, well, for a man, a woman can't overpower you.
Yeah,
so
for me, I never was, so when I talk about alone, I would like somebody to enjoy certain things with, but I never was a picket fence guy. I never like, I could dream of my dream wedding. I never gave a fuck about relationships in my entire life. I've probably been in 2 in my life. Mm-hmm. So I never was a relationship guy. I never thought about my dream woman, what we're going to do in life. I never thought. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Either. So it's like, this is new to me.
You like money, right?
I love money first. I love me first. Exactly. It's money and me. Then family, then everything got there. Me, money, then everything else.
Well, God first, right?
I mean, of course, I'll praise the Most High. You got to believe in yourself like you believe in God, though. That's how I stand, You know what I'm saying? But I see myself as a creator. I'm not God, but I'm a creator. I'm one of them.
He made you in his image, right?
He did. You know what I'm saying? So, like, so that's...
You know, I never understand it with these gurus that say they believe in God, but they also believe in ripping people off. Like I don't know how the two work together. Like, are they separate? Are they supposed to be separate? Because I don't know, how can you be like faithful and then be doing like all kinds of unethical things? You know what I mean? Like ripping people off, intentionally misleading people, knowing that things are not really what they are, you know, promoting things that are designed to make a certain quantity of people rich, but the rest poor. Like, I just don't understand all that. Like, how do you say I believe in God and, you know, someone that an entity that's so perfect? It just never made sense.
I moved, but at the same time, I enjoy doing things for others, and I didn't think I would because I was so selfish. Mm-hmm. When I started buying my mom cars, my brother, doing things for my nieces, I'm like, damn, this is kind of cool. Even when I had a girl, doing things for her, like I never did nothing for nobody. Like what? But I started doing it. I'm like, damn, this is kind of cool. But it has to be a mutual love and respect and admiration there. So for what you're saying is, if a guy's big and have all this going on, if he don't love you and respect you for real, then it's not gonna work. But if a guy, I don't give a fuck how little you is, how nice you are, if I really fuck with you, you should never feel scared around me. You should always be able to talk to me. You should always feel comfortable with me, whatever, because we got to do this shit together. Yeah, so if I can't lean on you, can't lean on me, then what the fuck is we doing?
What's your temperament like?
I'm stoic.
Like when do you flip out? Do you start throwing things?
Nah, I'm not no physical person with no woman. If they get physical with me, it's going to be a reason. It's going to be borderline death if something happens. So I'm not going to do that with a woman. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a moment of this is what's going on. It's life or death, and I'm going to choose to, you know what I mean, do what I got to do. But I don't argue with women. I don't go back and forth. I'm going to tell you what's going on. We're going to communicate. That's it. That's how far it's going to go. That's how I always move. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's not that same. I am. I don't go back and forth with people. If it's a problem, we're going to go there. Let's go all the way there. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be over. Somebody going to die. Somebody going to jail. That's how I see it. So I'm not going to do that with no woman. You got it. But if I love you, let's have some communication. I don't like that. How can I fix it? What are you doing? What am I doing? Okay? Let's make it right. Because why the fuck are you with me? You know all my secrets. We got all this shit going on. We need this shit right. I need to be comfortable. You do too. Right. So that's how I move.
It's interesting that he says all that, but you look at the relationship he had with Danielle, and it's not even like, on the surface, it definitely doesn't look or appear to be whatever he's saying. Like, I feel like he's just putting out different statements here than what actually happened. Or, I mean, at least we know that Danielle's side of the story and we know his side of the story. They definitely don't match up. And it could be because they just decided to break up, that they all have different versions to their side of their story. But Organik is, the amount of things we know about Organik and the amount of times we know how many times he's basically put out bullshit stories in the past. Like, I'm leaning towards Danielle's story, that hers might be pretty accurate, and his is all like fictional. He just makes it sound good, for video. And I think that's what he's doing here. It's mostly his ego, and I guess he's trying to portray himself in a positive light, like in a person that does everything so correctly and so perfectly. I feel like that's what he's doing. He's just acting. More so than anything, I think he's like really acting. He's just giving her the best answers. He's trying to put himself in a positive light, which is, what I guess you're supposed to do when you're in his position, to maintain a certain image or whatever. But we know that's not 100% accurate.
You know what I mean? And I haven't really been in that situation to be all the way like that, but I know that's how I am, because I got true friends that I'm like that with. And that helped me.
You haven't met the right woman yet.
Right, because I've done it with my real deal friends. We like this. It's nothing. I don't give a fuck what you need here. 50,000. I ain't even worried about
female friends
it.
or male friends?
No female friends. They come on, man. They gonna taste the God. They gonna love motherfucking taste. Because they don't hear too many stories. Oh, it's gonna be like that.
But male camaraderie is different.
It is, but if you do it the right way with real understanding, it's all about friendship and communication. It could be transferred. You know what I'm saying? If you do it the right way.
With the right person.
Mr. Organic makes it seem like he's the only one with the biggest dick in the world. And like he's when it comes to dick, like he's the best. He's the only one in the whole world. People are literally trying to line up. Women are literally lining up because they heard all these 5-star reviews or 10-star reviews. Like his ego is all over the place. Like, this man really thinks his dick is everything. It's so weird, man. It's crazy. Like, dude, you're not the only person. All right, you might be one of a few people, but you're definitely not the only one. All right. And it's not just with dick, but it seems like every opportunity he gets, he comes back to it, talking about his dick. It's like really weird.
With the right person. And they gotta be person. It's the trust. My thing is loyalty over love. If you loyal to me, you ain't gonna never.
And respect, right?
Got to. And that goes hand in hand.
Love, yeah.
So you can love me and hate me and do all type of wild shit, but you got loyalty to me no matter what goes on. Yeah. I'm gonna walk away like, God bless him, no matter what happened. But if you love me, it fucking hurt my heart. I did blah, blah, start running your fucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? Well, come on now.
So how do you
it's difficult.
How do you meet women?
I mean, for me, it's
easy, right? But you have so many.
Yeah, it's easy to enjoy the fruits of, being one of the ones, but at the same time, once you get older, like I'm older, I'll be 42 next month. So it's like, I've done it all to the maximum capacity. Every shape, size, woman, every race, I done did it. I done had it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the famous bitches, the IG models, I done feasted. My belly is full.
I believe
so now it's like, okay, I'm the one. Treat myself as the one. Now, this is the difficult part for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel if you that guy, if you the one of the ones, you should not be having everybody be able to touch that and taste that. And I'm realizing that now.
Yeah.
I had my fun.
Right.
Now I could be like, no, baby, get back.
Man, Organic, stop all this capping, man. We know, I mean, based on what I've seen, and he's the kind of guy that loves to flash. He's the guy that loves to show off. Every time he got a car, he wanted to show off. When he got the big houses, he wanted to show off. When he, wanted to show off these hot, attractive girls, that's what he did. He made videos, vlogs to show off. So he comes off as that type of person. He's not like a private person. He's the kind of person that wants to show off everything. So if we go based off of that, all the girls he's ever showed off, even the king of downtown content, all those women, all those girls, baddies, bitches, whatever you want to call them, all of them, if you actually looked at them or actually explored them, they were actually all below him. Like, none of them were like high value women. None of them had like real massive success. The only thing they really had was their looks. They were pretty attractive. Most of them actually were just OnlyFans girls. Like, they really had nothing else. They didn't really bring anything to the table. They might have said they had some bullshit businesses. They all say everybody nowadays says they got a bullshit business, but somehow they're on social media promoting bullshit. So it's just like, everything he talks about, he makes it seem like he was like around like women that are like massively successful, that are like industry successful. I'm not talking about social media successful. IG models, all the IG models that I've seen on his channel, they all barely had, I don't think, the most I've seen, they probably had like 50,000 followers. Like, that's the most. And considering the fact that anybody can buy followers nowadays, it's crazy. So he makes it seem like he had like super exclusive, or like he was part of like the super exclusive elite or something like that. like, Organic, cut it out, man. You sound goofy. But we're going to wrap up. We're almost at like 40 minutes for this. So we're probably going to do this reaction in several parts. This is like a long, I guess, interview podcast style. So we'll probably do this probably in like a couple, like maybe 3-4 parts. But let me know what you guys think so far about this. I feel like he's really transitioning into some kind of relationship guru, because that's just the easiest thing to do. It doesn't require you to go out and buy anything, right? Anybody can be a relationship guru, and it's actually better for him. It's actually perfect, because he already has the profile of a successful person, or used to be a successful person, right? He still has all the vlogs around all these mansions and cars, so he can put on a show easily as someone that's a high value man, right? But we know his true value, really. I mean, we don't know it 100%, but we do know a good assumption of it. So yeah, I feel like he's really transitioned into another personality. It might be a relationship guru, it might be something else. The last one was like a toy collector, and that miserably failed. The car collector miserably failed. So I think he's transitioning. He's probably thinking about another way to transition into some other type of personality. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching.